5 minutes to reduce overwhelm. Have you ever had one of those moments where it feels like you're being pulled in a million different directions, have a mountain of to-dos, and see no end in sight? Being overwhelmed is something almost all of us experience, but what can we do about it in the moment? Hi, my name is Nicholls, and I'm a writer and podcast host at Happiful, a mental health and wellbeing platform. And in this video, I'm going to share some quick steps you can take to reduce overwhelm. And that first tip is to ground yourself. The first thing you can do when you notice that sense of overwhelm is to take a couple of deep breaths and do something to help ground you in the present moment. Often, overwhelm comes when we're panicking about not being able to do something. Our nervous system feels unsafe, and it can help to remind ourselves that we are safe, and grounding can help with this. Some ideas to try when it comes to grounding includes touching an object mindfully, really paying attention to how it feels, maybe smelling an essential oil, eating something with a strong flavour like a mint, drinking cold water, stamping your feet on the ground, even doing some gentle stretches. You could even try looking out for 5 things around you that are the same colour. Of course, if time and space allows, you could even take this opportunity to do a short mindfulness meditation. The next tip I have for you is to zoom out. Once you are feeling a bit more connected to the present moment and to yourself, let your mind zoom out of the current worries that feel overwhelming. Consider if there'll be a problem this time next year or even in 5 years' time. The aim of this is to help you gain a little perspective. Sometimes the things that are overwhelming us are going to matter in 5 years' time and are completely valid. Often, however, they're unlikely to have a long-term impact in our lives. You can also take the zoom out approach to look beyond your worries and to what else is important to you in your life. For example, if work is feeling overwhelming, can you zoom out to your friends and family or any passions you have outside of work? The third tip I have for you is to step away if possible. Depending on where you are when you're feeling overwhelmed, try to step away from the physical environment that you're in. This might look like going outside for some fresh air, moving to a different room, going to a safe space, or even using tools like headphones or earplugs to mentally step away for a bit. Changing our environment like this can help us change our energy. If you're able to move your body, this can often help to release anxious energy and encourage nervous system regulation. My fourth tip is to zoom in. So when you're feeling a little calmer, come back to the problem that was overwhelming you. Zoom in and break it down into manageable chunks so that it feels more doable. You may also need to prioritize at this point. What is the most time-sensitive thing that needs to get done? You might find it helpful to write this out in a list so that you can refer back to it in the future. If this feels too much, don't worry. Skip ahead to the next step. The next tip I have for you is to share the load. Lean on your support system here. This may mean asking for help from your manager to prioritize work tasks. It may be to ask friends or family members for help, or it may be reaching out to a professional to talk about how you're feeling. Being overwhelmed is something we can all feel from time to time, but it shouldn't be normal or something you deal with day to day. If it is, you might want to consider reaching out for further support to better understand the cause of your overwhelm and what might help. Depending on your circumstances, this may mean visiting your GP or searching for private mental health specialists. For more self-help tips and to find a therapist near you, you can visit happiful.com today, and please do share anything you find helpful for overwhelm in the comments section. Thanks for watching.